Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to The Crossover. Starring Josh Johnson and Chris McGill. Featuring Christina Thorson. And of course, you, the Instagram live chat. Now, sit back and enjoy this week's edition of The Crossover. Powered by Card Ladder.
Welcome to The Crossover. Today is Friday, October 21st. Oh my God. The year's coming to a close. And we have a big announcement, a big Card Ladder related announcement. Some of you may already know about it. Josh, what's the big news?
We launched a new feature, and it's the ability to search cards using your camera. So this has existed on a couple other platforms, and we thought we should add it to Card Ladder and improve on it. So we did, and so now on the app, iOS or Android app only, not the website, if you go update your app, and if you're a pro member and you go to the search page, there'll be a camera icon on the top right. Click that, take a picture of a card, and you'll get a bunch of results. And so far, I think it's been extremely accurate in our testing, and some of our beta users, they said that the accuracy was pretty spot on. And then you could also use pictures from your camera roll. So you don't have to, if you have pictures on your phone someone sent you, use that picture, search. And you can search sales history, which is, I believe there's about 2 million images that we have to search. So it's not the full 40 million, but it is about 2 million. And you can also search cards in the ladder if you would like to get more in-depth research.
Pretty sweet feature. If anybody is in the chat and has tried it out yet, that's totally fine if you haven't. But if anybody in the chat has tried it out, drop a comment, let us know how you like it so far. I've had a lot of success with it. Christina and I opened a box of Gold Standard football and Luminance football, and it was nailing. Who's the Packers rookie receiver? Christian
Watson.
Christian Watson nailed a pretty obscure Christian Watson rookie autograph on the first go round. So
that's when I was like, let's launch this thing. When you sent me that, I was like, what is that card? Launch this thing.
That was the turning point. And yeah, I mean, it's pretty sweet. Preston says he just tried it out. Love it for graded stuff. Glad to hear it.
So this is going to work on all platforms, Mice Labs, Golden, PWCC. And we have images for all of those going back all the way to the beginning. And eBay, we have images going back to the first of the year. So we've got a bunch of images in there. And just start taking pictures. Let's see what you think.
Yeah, we're looking forward to feedback, but it's a really powerful feature.
And it updates daily, so it pulls down the images that we get daily and puts them into the searchability. So if it sells today, you'll be able to image search it tomorrow morning.
Nice. Yep, just one more way to navigate the search and feed into card collector laziness. So we're here to, let you guys.
We do the work so you don't have to.
Become lazier. Okay. All right. Any other Card Ladder related announcements? That's a pretty big one.
Well, we haven't had an announcement so long because Christina and I have been busting our balls on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. My non-existent.
Yep, her non-existent. 302 says, when's the price going up? I'm getting too much value for my support. It's a good idea, actually. No. Never.
Do the Netflix way and just email everybody, hey, just so you know, we raised your price, fuckers.
Because of @302_sports.
Right.
Kevin says, will you guys keep adding older sales too? So we have older sales if it comes from a database that has images for older sales. That's the tricky part. But there's a lot of sales that are much older that we just don't have images for. And there's not a lot we can do about that, man. So we'll continue adding new ones. But if an older data point doesn't have an image, it's not going to be camera searchable right now. So, okay. Anything else, Josh, you'd like to say about the camera search feature, or reply to any comments in the chat?
Yeah, if I see questions about it. Like, it's been a pretty smooth launch. I launched it yesterday quietly to see if anyone noticed or had any bugs come through, and it seems pretty good so far. So if you guys run into issues, let me know.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Complaints go to Josh. Compliments come to Christina.
Mm-hmm.
Bingo.
What about mail days? You had a huge big.
I mean, I showed it all yesterday, but I can run through it again if you want.
Yeah. Right. If you don't mind, rifle through it. I'm sure you don't mind.
I do not. No. If you're gonna make me, guys, twisting my arm over here. All right, one of them's graded, so I'll do the graded one. 2019 gold vinyl girly. These are all girlies. I bought a big lot for my guys, so they're all from the same seller. 2017 Optic Offensive Player of the Year gold vinyl. Did you know he retired? I don't know if did you?
Yeah, you announced today.
I think about 40 people DM me. They're like, I don't know if you heard, but
why are you still buying his cards?
That's why I said my investments are screwed now. Well, today was like the last day he'll ever be on the on the ESPN website, so that was good. 2019 Prism Gold, 2018 Select Gold, 2017 Optic Gold, 2019 Optic Gold. I have the gold vinyl of this one.
Nice.
This will be your favorite. 2015 Gold Rookie.
Beautiful.
2016 Gold Vinyl. 2016 Gold. 2015, whatever the heck this insert is, Gold Vinyl.
Dude, Prism used to do die-cut inserts. It's neat.
Yeah. 2016 Optic Gold. And I have some others that I already chucked in the binder, like cheaper ones, but I now have every Prism Gold and Gold Vinyl.
I really like the helmet die cuts.
You do?
Yeah.
Interesting. I'm not sure how I feel about it.
It's something different.
This will be the St. Louis.
It's very 90s-esque.
Yeah. The St. Louis.
Yeah.
The seller's in the chat. Thank you, seller. Collecting_cardboard. You're the man.
Those look like they're prepared to go to PSA. Is that accurate?
You bet. The nice thing about these is I can send them at a cheaper cost than the stuff I'm used to sending to PSA.
Yeah, no losing sleep over an upcharge email.
That would be weird, right? It's like, you're seriously going to upcharge me on Todd Gurley? You guys know that he retired, right? I'll teach them like I've been being taught. Everyone keeps telling me, that's my turn.
If that Prism Gold rookie tends, you might get that upcharge email. I got an upcharge email on a card going from $20 to $40, and let me tell you, I was pissed.
But it got a 10, right?
It got a 10. I'm just joking, by the way. That's a very modest price to pay for.
You want to see the PSA pile?
Yeah. Oh my God. Got some thick boys in there.
About 40 cards.
Nice. Are you gonna grow that pile anymore, or is it ready to go?
I don't have any like outstanding mail days, so I'll probably send these in pretty soon.
Nice.
All right, let's get to it.
Well, obviously the people want to talk some NBA. So, Slabs for Hayes has 3 questions for us. The first one is, what teams look elite early in the season? Look, and let's just put the disclaimer on it. We're going to have some fun. We're going to give some overreactions. Just settle down. You know, I said somewhere, is Bojan Bogdanovic the best player on the Detroit Pistons? And it really pissed one guy off. Just look, we're just going to go with this, all right? All right, so look, first question is, what teams look elite early in the season?
San Antonio Spurs. Let's go. No, the Pelicans, dude.
Yeah.
They were really good at the end of last year. They already had momentum, and then they added a top 10 player in the NBA, like for free. And they have the Lakers' unprotected first-round pick coming up.
Which they can use as a trade. If they feel like they're ready to win now, they can use that. They can package that thing and ship it out and get a piece that they might need.
Pelicans jump out at me. What do you got next? Any other team?
Dude, look, I'm just going to say it. This team has beaten 2 teams that are projected to be top 5 in the West, and they're 2-0. It's the Utah Jazz.
They beat the Wolves tonight?
They beat the Timberwolves tonight in overtime. Dude, when Colin Sexton is a rotation player coming off the bench, he would be the Mavericks' second best player. And he's coming off the bench.
Lauri Markkanen dunked all over Rudy Gobert's face.
Dude, that was sick. That was some nice Utah get back.
Well, here, I have a take for you on the Timberwolves. I was afraid to give this because everyone loved the Timberwolves. I think they have too many good players around Anthony Edwards.
He is, dude, there's a lot of mouths to feed on that offense.
And they're like not players that are necessarily going to compliment him. They like need the ball and stuff. Like there's just too many people. D'Angelo Russell, I can't stand him.
He can get shipped out. He can definitely get shipped out.
Gobert, and not that Gobert like has a mouth to feed offensively, but still like there's just so many names on that team. I'm a little worried that it's going to stunt Anthony Edwards just a smidge, but it's super early. That's just a take I'm working on.
Yep, I think it's a fine take. In the East, we have to say the Boston Celtics look great.
They look great. I mean, they don't seem to be missing Robert Williams yet because they're just like such a good small ball team. And like Al Horford's a great sort of small ball center. They look good.
They do, man. And yeah, Robert Williams coming back is going to be a problem. Malcolm Brogdon is a starting caliber guard, and he's coming off the bench for them. That's BS.
And I think Tatum and Brown both, it's obviously early again, but they both look better. They look like they've improved in the offseason. Tatum was talking about his new diet, private chef. Like, these guys are taking it serious. The new coach seems solid, too. I mean, you can't really judge much on a coach, but they seem to be rallying around him.
Got 2 wins. Shout out to Giannis Antetokounmpo, who has a player efficiency rating of 57.09. Game. So, only down from here, my friends.
It's going to get cut in half here pretty soon.
The third highest player efficiency rating over a 2-game sample, 49.93, is James Harden.
Dude.
Who's playing very well.
And they're 0-2.
And they are 0-2. But, I mean, it's a good thing Harden's playing well because Embiid does not look ready for the season yet.
Embiid always sucks.
Christina just said Embiid always sucks.
Jeez.
He's just a crybaby. I just can't stand him. He always blames everyone else for his issues.
The Washington Wizards are off to a sneaky start, but remember, they did this last year too. Different team, but they did this last year too, but they're 2-0. The Atlanta Hawks are 2-0, although they haven't beaten anybody yet. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's about it as far as teams that have done impressive stuff so far. The Grizzlies are 2-0 as well, with an overtime win over the Knicks, and they beat the Rockets tonight. So, I don't know. That's about it. Okay, question 2. What teams are being overlooked that ultimately will end up being very good?
Can I say the Suns?
Yeah, you can say the Suns.
I mean, they're definitely being overlooked. I don't know how good they're going to be, but I mean, they won like 62 games last year.
Yeah. Yep.
Overlooked.
I don't know if they're being overlooked, but especially because they're 0-2. But I still like the Orlando Magic as a sleeper team. And Paolo Banchero, dude. All right, here's a take. This is for you, Mohammed. You want to hear a good take? You'll hear some bad ones tonight from me as well. But here's a good one. Paolo Banchero is everything that everybody in basketball has wanted out of a prospect ever. His debut was 27-9-5 on 61% field goal percentage. He's huge. He's already physically built to be dominant in the NBA. He's very mature. He's a leader on the floor, and he's already the best player on his team. The only problem is there's no hype machine to be hyping this guy up.
Yeah.
But if Victor Wembanyama comes into the league next year and his first game is 29-7-5 or 27-9-5 or whatever it was on 61% field goals, everyone will be patting themselves on the back that they properly predicted this great prospect. Well, there's literally a guy in the NBA who's doing it. His first game was 27-9-5. He's a really, really good player. So, and he's on the Magic. Magic, I've watched both Magic games so far, at least in part. So there's a sleeper pick for me because of Boncaro. And Bobo. Also, Benedict Mathurin had a big night statistically tonight, as Joe points out. He looks pretty special, too.
They just couldn't overcome the juggernauts of the Spurs.
Yes. Damn. Breaking the Spurs collision course with 0-82.
Didn't take long.
Question 3. What hyped team, this is the final question, what hyped teams do you think will end up being busts?
Hyped teams. Well, this isn't fit in this category, but please stop putting the Lakers on primetime TV, just for the love of God. These guys are on every freaking primetime game, and Charles and Shaq are just like, stop. Mostly Charles. The Kings, they all, like every year, it's like, this is the year. Like the Ringer guys love the Kings this year. When the Kings they do this every year.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. They're good on paper yet again this year. Even though the 76ers are my pick to win the East, they are now 0-2, and you have to say that they have potential.
Can you let me know the Suns score as it dwindles down?
I sure can. You know I'm watching these scores. Oh, the Suns are tied 95-95 with 3 minutes left.
Oh, they've been winning the whole game. All right. Nets.
Little karma for Wednesday night.
Yeah, they did.
What's the karma?
For the Mavs.
If you make a 22-point comeback, maybe
no,
it comes back the other way around. Oh my God, just relax. Okay.
I have so much to look forward to on December 5th.
So much.
That's about it. I'm always a little afraid to crown the Warriors as early as other people do. So let's just see how that one plays out. And that's about it. That's about all I got for right now. All right. Thank you, Slabs for Hayes, for teaming up.
I'm not ready to crown the Clippers either.
That's right. Yeah. It was so funny when Kawhi came in that Lakers game in the second quarter, and he was playing so hard, and he scored 2 quick baskets, and then he was just winded for the rest of the half. I thought that was really funny. Okay. There's no way to replicate being in NBA game shape. You just got to play and then hold steady. All right. Mostly 90s basketball card says, we've seen every team play at least once. Is Josh ready to make his finals pick yet?
No. You guys made me do it last week, and I'll just stick with that. I think I said Bucks, Nuggets or something.
All right. And then Card Shop Dad, our final question on NBA. Have you seen the Redeem Team documentary? And if so, what did you think?
You heard my spicy take on it, right?
Yeah.
I thought it was a good doc. I thought it was entertaining. I liked the stuff they had on Kobe and Krzyzewski and Wade. I thought it was all interesting. The relationship between Kobe and LeBron was very interesting to me because you kind of had the yin and yang thing with Kobe kind of pushing them, to be mentally tougher and work harder, and then LeBron to kind of keep things light and fun. I thought that was really interesting. Krzyzewski cusses a lot more than I thought. I don't know, not much else. I wish they would have done more. I heard this take on the Ringer, and I agree. I wish they would have done more explanation as to why they were struggling so bad going into that 2008. And a lot of it was because of the early 2000s, one-on-one basketball, which stemmed a lot from Kobe Bryant himself, which is they just completely brushed over that. But
want to get spicier than that? Or, by the way, it's funny. There's a Tom Brady collector in the chat, the great Tom Brady collection, says the market is crashing. Yeah, I can see why you feel that way, bud.
That's news to me. Yeah, my spicier take is that, like, people want to make it seem like Kobe was the best player on that team. He was their third best player on that team. Wade and LeBron were better.
What do you mean? Okay, so Dwayne Wade.
Statistically, like PER points, average points, steals, shooting percentage. I think Kobe shot like 40% in that final game, and everyone made it seem like he saved them or something.
Do you think the documentary distorted what happened a little bit?
No, it's fine. I mean, I don't mind that. You know, with everything that happened with Kobe, I think it was like good timing to kind of like, you know, talk about it in that sense. And all those guys, you know, really look up to him. I think it makes a lot of sense. Just I see stuff on Instagram where like people are acting like that was his team by himself, and I don't know about that.
Oh, it was the Redeem team. It was a great team. I have not watched the documentary, so I have nothing to offer on it. All right, staying up with the thread of movies for a little while. Adam Sandler recently announced that he's doing a movie based on your life story, if I'm not mistaken.
Got a lot of DMs about this. We practiced this take last night.
Did you license the rights to the story, or are you working in the writer's room to kind of help craft the story?
It's going to be called Cardboard Chronicles Chronicles.
Oh, that sounds awesome. All right. Well, Card Shop Dad says, do you have any thoughts on a potential Adam Sandler card movie? Do you have any thoughts?
Oh, man. My thought is that I'm going to completely separate it from any sort of like market-related inkling that people might have and take it for what it is, which is an Adam Sandler movie.
Will this 10x the market?
No. Did you like Uncut Gems? I can't remember.
I did not.
I guess, who was that you directed? Was it you?
I don't know. It was a very open-ended you, so I
No, it wasn't.
I would answer.
No, you is open-ended. Just refers to.
No, I can't see him in live time, so like he could have been looking to the.
You want to come show off your gear? Christina's quickly building new loyalties.
I am. I have new loyalties.
Oh, wow.
I'm a Stars fan now, I think, and we're gonna be okay with it. Stop pushing me.
Okay, I loved Uncut Gems. It's the best movie I've seen since I saw it. So.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I thought that was just a brilliant movie, but it did no favors to the diamond industry.
No.
No, it did not. Yeah, this movie's going to be about like trimming or something, right?
Yes. This movie's going to be salacious, dramatic, and it will give no fucks about how it portrays our niche little sports card hobby.
So you mean the director, producer, creators of this movie won't care about my Chris Paul collection? And its potential future value?
Well, they might care about yours because it's loosely based on your life.
I'll just start pumping all my cards. That's what the movie's about. That's what everyone wants it to be about. Just give me 5 minutes to pump my cards, and then I'll be rich.
All right. JGP Collectibles, the great Jose, says, apparently Adam Sandler and the Uncut Gems crew will be making a movie on the hobby. Which actors would you pick to portray the Card Ladder team?
Well, for me, it's obviously Ryan Gosling.
Right. Yep. That's what I was going to say. You didn't give me a chance to say it. I was going to say.
I don't even think I need to explain that one. Do I?
Yep. No, not at all. Vin Diesel will play me.
Vin Diesel. Sweet. Okay, then I'll do. Yeah, Vin Diesel.
Yep. So he'll play me. You know, we both rock the clean shaven dome, and you know.
So then I'll take The Rock.
You're gonna go with The Rock. He might have to take a little time off of filming Fast and Furious 87.
Both of those guys, right?
Both of them, yep, but I think it can happen. And Christina, who will play you?
I don't know actors.
Christina will be played by Sarah Silverman.
There you go.
Who has been named as a Hollywood doppelganger of Christina's by Stiff Arm Wax before.
This is a good crew. We got a good lineup.
Yeah, we.
Oh, she's the comic.
Yeah, Sarah Silverman.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Drake's PC with the final question on the Adam Sandler movie. Oh, and Stiff says he'll be played by Idris Elba, which I could see as well if he takes a break from Bond. Okay. Drake's PC says, which hobby film will release first? The Adam Sandler movie or Golden Touch?
Man, I really hope it's Golden Touch at this point. Have they even started making?
It has to be Golden Touch. This is like 2 years in the making.
Supposedly they finished filming and they're in post-production. I heard there was a rumor at one point about January.
Okay. So, Golden Touch, Drake. All right. We had one question come in with a very general topic. Throwback Sports Cards says, please discuss the PWCC Premier auction from last night. And by the way, in addition to PWCC Premier last night, there's a mega golden auction ending Saturday night, which by the time you watch this on YouTube, that's yesterday. But if you're watching it live with us, that's tomorrow night. Huge auctions coming. So, but do you have any reactions to the PWCC Premier auction?
I mean, it's probably not too different from everybody else. I saw your stories, so my reaction is like some rare stuff that I've never seen sell before, set all-time highs, and then stuff that sells every month continues to go down. I don't know.
That's the story of the hobby right now. And like, look, as a collector of several of the players who are generally not doing well over the last 6 to 9 months, in particular, Jordan cards have been trending down a bit. Luka cards have trended down substantially. McCaffrey has tanked. I'm able to separate myself from the fact that the players that I collect are not doing well market-wise. And I'm able to notice that other players are doing really well. Jerry Rice cards, doing really well. Justin Jefferson cards, to the moon. Karl Anthony Towns had his highest sale ever. Ken Griffey Jr. cards continue to do really well. 90s football parallels are doing really well. There are clear pockets, Josh Allen, there's clear pockets of this industry that are thriving, and there's others that aren't. And as much as I'd love to bemoan the fact that most of the players that I collect have not done well recently, the other way to look at that is to say, yeah, but people that other people collect are doing really well. And it's worth acknowledging that too.
The PSA 8 LeBron RPA that sold for less, like 900 something. Look at the 9.5. For all you BGS guys out there.
1.9?
Dude, pre-BP. This is like already more than double the PSA 8. So.
Wow.
And look at this thing. Dual Logo Man auto of Kevin Durant and Kobe at 555 pre-BP. Yeah, dude. The hobby is really struggling. It's a real struggle boat out there.
Yeah, it is a KD rookie. So, you know, that matters. It's a KD rookie logo man that's got Kobe on the other side of it. So, oh my God, scroll, please keep scrolling.
You don't want to look at Batman comics?
Dude,
this card sold for less than this recently. It's already at 6. Like, maybe I'm missing something, but it seems like the stuff that just keeps selling over and over. Like, what did you guys expect?
yeah, exactly. And it goes to buyer pool as well. So there was a certain cluster of people who also happen to be, dealers / flippers / maybe short-term investors who, are hyper focused on a select pool of cards. And then when they decided to move around or get out, there was nobody left to support those cards above and beyond what the actual organic collector demand for them was. So, common story.
The Jordan Fleer's still hanging up at 1/180, which is crazy because there's literally one in every auction.
Isn't it amazing how it just lands right on that 180 every time?
Dude, you Brady guys have the weakest hands in the whole hobby. You guys need to stiffen up. My God, how many times are you going to sell this card?
We do have a question about that.
These Brady guys need a Tuckins too, man. It's crazy. Like you guys are just dumping the hell out of these cards.
Talk to him, man. Talk to these Brady.
I mean, I am. Like, how many times do I got to see this card sell? I heard that this was like a rare patch auto of Brady. It's literally in every auction, and there's only 150 of them.
Yeah. Adam, are you available to come on and talk about that question you just asked? You want to talk it out a little bit, or what? Or are you not able to right now?
You eventually move to upgrade to a grail. You talking about that one that's on the screen?
I'm not sure. I think I know what he's talking about, but what was the first card that you thought you'd never sell that you eventually did sell so you could upgrade cards? I've been through that cycle a few times. I used to be a wall builder of Michael Jordan inserts, and eventually I sold all of them so I could go into Michael Jordan parallels, which is what I really cared about. Oh, no.
Yeah, mine would be...
He says that, but he really just doesn't have pants on.
Mine would be rare... Am I going?
Sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Rare Penny Hardaway. I sold PMG Championship and red PMG to pay for the green PMG, and then I've gotten the PMG Championship back. But I never thought I'd sell some of those.
Yeah. Look, I mean, can't have them all.
Well, you're not a true Pokemon master then. This one. Dude. Stop selling this card, people.
Dude, that card was over six figures. That card was worth in the six figures at one point.
Yeah, now it's down to 30 and it's about to go lower.
The PWCC had a PSA 10 and a BGS 9.5 of it.
These auction houses got to stop doing that. Just wait 1 month if it's the same card, right?
Yeah, and, we live in a climate that we've already been down this road. I don't want to go on this rant again, so I'll just cut to the chase. There's a climate being facilitated of pressuring people to constantly sell their cards and buy new ones. Oh, get out of this card so you can get into this one. And the marketplace wins because they take a rake on every transaction and they don't give a shit. So
I also think sellers are pressuring these auction houses to push them out earlier.
it's definitely a two-way street. It all comes back to the climate being created of, instant gratification, can't hold a card for a long time, want to cycle through cards and players to get into the next season, and it's harmful to the well-being of card prices. But hey, there's also upside to card prices going down. So, however you want to look at it. We have a market-related question. It's a nice follow-up here from Kevin Cormier. He says, people who are saying that the market is down are giving the most boring hobby take right now. But it's made even worse by content creators waxing intellectual about it. Like they just completed months of peer-reviewed research to arrive at that conclusion. What is one unique take about the current market that you would like to amplify?
I don't know. I don't have anything clever yet. Do you have anything off the top of your head?
I don't look here. I used to love the concept of an auction recap, but it has been bastardized. And it's been converted into propaganda to support or reflect the point of view of the person who's giving the recap. And it often does absolutely no justice to an objective take on how cards are doing. Like, how many people, and also, like, people don't have research, people aren't exploiting their oh my god.
What?
Fucking Bones Highland got Jokic just absolutely saved this team.
Isn't that like every game?
Bones Highland got an inbound, turned the ball over. Warriors scored to go down 1, but Jokic quickly grabs it and outlets it 90 feet down the floor for an open layup. God.
Jokic has 24, 11 rebounds, 10 assists on 13 shots.
Not bad.
5 turnovers, though.
And like that's why I just made my little story today. Was like, okay, no one's going to speak up for Karl Anthony Towns having the highest sale he's ever had in his card collecting history. No one's going to talk about that in their fucking auction recaps. Okay, fine. I'll do it. Because, look, hey, it's great. We know you guys own Jordan and Kobe and LeBron Exquisites, and you've got Luka MTs and Mahomes Prisms. Congratulations. Can we talk about something a little bit more than just that every once in a while? Like, can we look at Jerry Rice? Can we talk about his cards too? He's maybe the greatest player in the history of football. Like, why are we just ignoring the fact that this guy just had a PMG green, which is out of 15, not out of 10 like in basketball? This guy just had a phenomenal sale.
Because they don't own that card.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I guess my thing is that I'm getting tired of the hobby, each auction, kind of like being painted with this one colored brush of like it's either all up or all down kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And we're all supposed to like as a unit feel and talk about right now how the market's all going down. It's still like this full, fully breathing market where there's lots of interesting things happening within it. Some stuff's going up, a lot of stuff's going down. There's still like a lot of interesting pieces to it. That can be discussed and dissected. And if you're just like posting, the same 10 cards going down every month, it's just like, I'm just really bored of that.
Yeah, and it's going to be a tricky thing to navigate as a community. One of the really smart things that Morgan Housel put in his Psychology of Money book is that pessimism is a very seductive piece of content. Like when people give pessimistic takes, they come across as experts and people want to buy into it.
Yeah. We're just like watching our games.
I know.
Let's go, Chris Paul. Let's go.
These games are keeping me like...
Bridges just had a block of a layup and then Chris Paul made a jump shot to go up 5.
Nice. Oh, you mean Chris Paul isn't going to be benched on the fourth quarter?
Dude, my 2 favorite... I was thinking about this on my run the other day. My 2 favorite players are the 2 oldest players in the NBA. I need to get some new fucking what I'm saying is I need to get some new guys, some young bloods to root for.
Do you, or is that on brand? Are you the guy who's like, let me wait and watch these guys prove it?
so I got to root for Durant next. Like
Durant hasn't quite proven enough yet to win.
No, I'm just like the reason I thought of it was like, this is what I've kind of put my flag in. These are the guys that I like, and I root for them. But, like, any day now, they're just going to get really old really fast, and they're going to be bad. Like, it's just going to happen. Like, they're not going to be 50 years old playing good anymore. Eventually, they're going to be bad.
Yeah. No doubt. No doubt.
Yeah, and, like, Todd Gurley retired today. I think that's, like, it's all hitting me. Like, maybe I'm getting old, and my guys are Chris Paul turnover. See, look, now it's over. Like,
it's over?
No. Their Suns are up 4, but Chris Paul can go.
Curry just left the court after losing, and you lost, but you couldn't even shake Jokic's hand. You just walked right off the court.
It's in a playoff game. These guys don't shake hands in the regular season.
I mean, Wiggins went over to say hi to Jokic after the game and man hugged him.
Christina's got the off the court critiques.
Yeah, I could just tell she was screaming at the Suns the other night. I could just tell. Damian Lillard, you fucking suck, lucky ass shot, bitch.
Dude, she'll stop watching, honestly, before it gets, were you even watching really towards the end of that game? She gets too emotionally invested. She usually leaves.
I remember last year she leaves the room. Yeah, I remember that.
She leaves the room around the third quarter.
Dude, Chris would be texting me playoff games, and he'd be like, "She's not watching." I'm like, "Isn't this the game? A big important?" She's not watching. Too much.
No, because I get really anxious, so I walk away, and then I watch the recap.
Yeah. Which is good. Let's not discourage that behavior.
Dude, this game's coming down to the wire again. Suns are up 6. Now they're freaking. Oh my God! Stop fouling.
Damn Booker with 33.
Yeah, but he just missed 2 shots to basically win the game. Now they're freaking tied again. They were just up 6. Bums.
They're tied again? Okay, my score is way behind.
Well, unless Lillard misses a free throw, which I don't see that happening. So the Nuggets won.
They did win.
So they beat the Jazz and they lost. Or they lost to the Jazz and they beat the.
Which makes the Jazz the best team of all time.
I think so. That makes sense. Yeah, tie game again. Suns blew it.
Yeah, it is tied. Okay.
God damn.
Lillard with 41. He's back.
Yes, he is. I think you called that one, right?
Did I?
Chrissy
Is he in your fantasy team?
Bucket, when did he ever leave?
Bill-
And where did he come back from?
Bill Simmons was saying on Thursday night that
Yes, he was.
Lillard is washed, basically.
He said that he looked slower.
But
He said that he looked slow.
yeah, Kyrie and Lillard, he is not impressed with so far. Yeah, betting the Jazz over 23 when 538 is projecting 39. Now 40 wins, probably now 41. But here's the deal. That doesn't account for whether Ainge decides to blow them up. Because there's really no point in continuing to roll with a 500 team.
He did blow them up.
Again.
Who's left to blow up? They got Kelly Olynyk in their starting lineup.
You have to. Walker Kessler looks serviceable.
Who's left, dude? Come on. They're already rolling out bums.
You have, dude. Jordan Clarkson has been good enough to be a starter in this league for a long time. You gotta ship him out. You gotta go Spurs. Like, look here, until your roster elicits the laughter that the Spurs does on paper, you have not blown.
Dude, Booker. Gosh, man. The Suns are gonna blow this game. They're up 5 with a minute and a half. All right, next question. What you got?
Mike Pinkerton 50. Do we all love the downturn in the hobby? Now I can find cards at Target. I've got another take. There was so many people who, when retail shelves were being wiped out because you could resell it on eBay for 3x, there were so many people clamoring for kids to be prioritized in this hobby so that kids can buy. What happened, Adam? Oh, no. There were so many kids. There were so many people in the hobby saying, "Oh, this is terrible, for kids. The kids can't get the retail." But what was really going on? These adults wanted to make sure that there was. These adults wanted to make sure that there was enough retail product for them to get some boxes and stuff too. And now that retail isn't flippable for 2 to 3x anymore, all of a sudden we don't hear anything about needing more kids in the hobby. So I don't know what changed. Did the kids suddenly come in, or did retail just stop being flippable? And now all of a sudden, conveniently, the kids thing doesn't help anybody anymore, so they don't care about kids again.
There's just so many takes that just all revolve around money. Like, it's just pathetic.
Well, all right, so let me use that as a bridge to another take. God, I've got a lot of takes brewing tonight.
Take my show.
I've had the best 2 to 3 week hobby experience in a very long time. I'm seeing people around me say, the hobby sucks right now. Energy is terrible. Market is coming down on a lot of cards. Dude, why are we making this so complicated? The recipe to success in the hobby, I can tell you firsthand, it's just this. Patience, identify cards that you want, know and believe in the players that you collect, know and believe in the cards that you think are great and amazing, and then wait and persist and get great cards. And then once you get great cards, the hobby's amazing. But if in this hobby you're approaching it as, external factors control how you feel about it, then you're missing in the easy low-hanging fruit for enjoying this hobby. If people tighten the purse strings when the economy isn't going bad, they buy less cards. Well, when you buy less cards, you're not going to enjoy the hobby as much. You're going to be miserable and pissed. Not because stuff's going down, but because you're not getting any good cards anymore. And especially when these cards are available today for lower price than they were available 6 months ago when everybody was having a great time. So I think it takes some introspection to say, hey, if I'm not enjoying the hobby, maybe it's because I changed my behavior patterns in ways that don't make sense. The way to enjoy the hobby, the recipe to enjoy the hobby, from my perspective, is really simple. Keep curating and making your collection better. Keep going after the cards that you love. And you're going to, and as far as I'm concerned, I have had an amazing time in this hobby over the last 2 to 3 weeks. So I have a hard time, expressing that exactly because I understand, sympathize with people. But, dude, the recipe to this hobby is not complicated. Build your collection, make an awesome collection, get great cards, and you're going to have a great time.
Boom. God, there's no way he makes both free throws. Did he miss one?
What's going on? You have to keep me updated here.
He missed both fucking free throws, dude. You got 2 free throws to tie the game, you piece of shit.
Who missed him? Aiden?
Aiden's a fucking bum, dude. 2 free throws to tie the game. They were up 5 with a minute and they lost. So annoying. 2 free throws to tie with 1 second and he missed them.
Is Aiden on the Mavs now? Missing both.
Seriously. It wasn't Luka like 11 of 11 from the line? That was pretty good.
He had 13 for 13.
Dude, the Mavs, if Luka would have just shot his average, the Mavs would have got killed.
If Christian Wood wasn't the worst free throw shooter of all time, they would have blown us out.
How is he going to be dancing around the perimeter, just threes that don't touch anything but net, and then he's like 3 for 10 from the free throw line?
Dude. He also banked a 3.
Yeah, and he acted like he meant it.
So he timed it?
Freaking Suns blew it. It's so annoying.
Yeah. Aren't you glad the NBA is back?
No.
Yeah. Talk to me when your team loses by 22 to the Jazz.
And then beats the defending champs on the road?
Yeah. At that point, it's a wash.
That's a wash. Didn't they get clobbered by the Jazz? Like, they're just...
Yeah, it was like 22. It was never close. It was never close.
Crazy.
What, is he concussed?
Hey, we're trying to do a show here.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I'm back. The game's over. I got my anger out. We're good.
Yeah. So, let me just, put a bow on what I was just saying here. Dude, I'm riding high off a card I got 3 weeks ago. I have had no new mail days. I'm in Hobby Cloud 9. Sports are back. The sport I love the most is back. I don't know, man. I'm loving the hobby. I got nothing else. All right. Cards and cardio. Love this question. This question gives way to yet another take. With the NFL becoming much more popular during recent years compared to other pro sports, why don't vintage football GOAT rookie cards like Unitas, Jim Brown, Bart Starr, Otto Graham, why do they not get the same premium as Mickey Mantle, Jackie Robinson, Willie Mays, Bill Russell, Wilt, George Mikan, etc., who dominated during similar eras?
Well, those cards that you reference are really baked into the history of the hobby and people that are collecting for a really long time. And now we're talking about the popularity of modern football eclipsing everything else. We're talking about the hobby and then we're talking about football, right? Two different topics. I think that's the main reason. I just don't think it's as directly as correlated as people want with like cultural popularity versus like their card references going up in value. It's just never that direct, and it's really more about like the history of the hobby that's driving the history of the card, the sets, the players, the years, the hobby itself. This is what drives the value first and foremost.
Yeah. Also, pretty sure Jim Brown has $1 million card, which is the 58 tops in a PSA 9, which is a pop 6. So it last sold for $336,000 in 2017. So that's probably, card ladder value puts over $1 million today. So
well, he's naming like more obscure players, right?
Well, he said Johnny Unitas, Jim Brown, Bart Starr,
I did say Jim Brown.
like the football goats, but of several generations ago.
Like some of those cards, some of those players, I can't even picture their card, but Jim Brown for sure. It's an iconic card itself.
Yeah, I don't want to like disrespect the spirit of the question. The spirit of the question is like, why does vintage football sell for less than vintage baseball and vintage basketball? And it does. And I think you nailed it. And I would maybe put it this way. Dude, there's not a big collector base within our niche hobby for vintage football. There is for vintage baseball. And collector base is the overriding determinant in the market for stuff. And that logic will also explain why in sports like football, modern cards seem overvalued relative to vintage cards, but in baseball, vintage cards seem overvalued relative to modern cards. Should Mickey Mantle's fourth best card, his SGC 9.5 tops at $12.6 million, should that really be worth 6 times Mike Trout's Superfractor 1 of 1? No. Not in my opinion. So in baseball, you have the reverse. In baseball, you have vintage seeming like it's overvalued relative to modern. But there's a reasonable, simple explanation for it, which this question gets at. There's just more people who like and want to collect vintage baseball than modern baseball. That's it. And just reverse it for football.
You know what's funny? Both of our answers for this are answers that bring me back to like 2 years ago when we started Crossover. Like we're gonna start hitting back on these answers where like we're getting back to normalcy in terms of what drives the hobby value instead of just lunacy, which is like, whatever's the hottest prospect and whatever, it all goes up. It doesn't matter. Now we're gonna have to like really dig in the weeds of figuring out, what drives the hobby forward in terms of price and value.
True. You gonna invent a quote soon?
I might have to.
All right, Iowa Dave.
A lot of people have been messaging me about a new quote. I've been getting so many DMs about it.
All right, Iowa Dave says, with LeBron James closing in on the scoring title, I feel like this year is now or never for Kareem to finally get the hobby love that his peers like Dr. J, Magic Johnson, and Larry Bird get. Even Moses is more revered in the hobby. I don't know about that.
What? Dude, pull up that Kareem PSA 10. Come on. Didn't that just sell?
Yeah, I think it did. Something big Kareem sold not long ago.
He had like a $50,000 random tops PSA 10 something, and then he had his. I thought that the PSA 10 was moved recently. I thought you handled that as a private sale.
I thought we did too. I don't know. I'm actually not seeing it when I search Kareem.
Maybe pull up a PSA 9.
Yeah. Well, here's one I'll show first. It's not a rookie. This is the 86 Fleer sticker Kareem. PSA 10. It is low pop. The population is 15. It last sold for over $250,000.
Here's the other thing about this stuff. This is really simple too.
Like it's worth like 5 times the Jordan. The Jordan's like $50,000 right now.
The other easy explanation for this is that, I keep seeing people say like Bird and Magic and Kareem don't get any love. They don't have as many cards to choose from. Like you're talking about like one rookie card each, and then a few, off rookie cards, and then for Magic and Bird, it's like non-playing years exquisite. You just don't have any cards to be able to say like, oh yeah, this like Luca whatever sold for 10x, because it's like a more coveted card than like a paper PSA 8 with like a really high pop, right? So it's just different.
Yeah, and these cards are in the possession of people who are not going to sell them. Like their estate's going to have to sell them. But here's the 69 Topps Kareem PSA 10 rookie, tall boy.
2.5.
Last sold for $250,000 5 years ago. Card later estimated value is 2.5 today. So, and then if we go over to the PSA 9, PSA 10's a pop 2, used to be a pop 1. I guess that's obvious, but like it pretty recently became PSA 2. The PSA 9 is a pop 17. It last sold for $200,000 in August of 2021, and based on the movements of Kareem's index, it looks like it's probably a $500,000 card today. So,
Also Russell 8.5. That's the one that one was reported to you, I think.
Okay, hang on. That's ringing a bell. So, yes, it was, I think. So we have a sale on record for the 57 Topps, very iconic set. Bill Russell, PSA 8.5 rookie. It sold for $630,000 in August of 2021. Card letter value looks like it's about $830,000 today. And the 8 has sold for a lot of money as well. Okay, so I don't want to go too far in the weeds and lose people here, but these guys do have pretty valuable cards. And Iowa Dave closes with the question of, is the reason why Kareem doesn't get loved is because he's a center or a big? And like, dude, Bill Russell and Kareem are both bigs, and they have $1 million cards.
No, I think it's just they don't get love because you don't see their cards transact as much because they don't have as many cards.
Yeah.
So you just like think they're undervalued or something. They're not.
Yep. And like, dude, I saw somebody post. There's a rookie. I think his name is Jaden McDaniels on the Timberwolves, who had a breakout game on Wednesday. He had 19 points. He's like in his third year. And there's a guy who has his Prism Black, his Prism Gold, his Prism Black Gold. He just has all of the best cards in this guy. And you can tell that he's been sitting on them for a while. And then finally, Jaden McDaniels had a breakout game, and he posts them. And he's like, hey, world's on alert now that Jaden McDaniels is good. But this guy, went out very early, secured all these cards. And I don't know if this guy's a Timberwolves collector or if he's an investor. I don't know what he is, but there's a chance that this guy's just a collector who went out and grabbed these cards, and they're gone for good. And you're never going to see him again unless Jaden McDaniels becomes like the next Kobe. And, then he has no choice but to sell them when they become worth bazillions of dollars. Same thing, but like 10x that sentiment for guys who have been retired for decades, like Bill Russell, like Kareem, like who else was on this list? These cards, man, these cards have been locked up for so long. It's just these cards are centerpieces in the pride of collections. And like when we have like pretty obscure rookies that people are like actively hounding to get their best cards, you can only imagine how intense that process is when you have like pop 2 PSA 10s of Kareem, a top 3 all-time player.
Right. And there was a time when you and I joined the hobby when it was like those cards that you're talking about now were the only cards seen as like true like investment blue chip cards, and everything else was more of like a prospect modern. You're doing it for fun or you're doing it for flipping, and those would be the ones that it's like, oh, you heard about some multimillionaire selling it to another guy who's really rich, and this is like this big private investment deal. And those used to be like rare occurrences. You would hear stuff like that, and it was usually those really low pop vintage cards. And now you're seeing it, obviously in a lot more stuff. So it's kind of interesting to see now that people are overlooking vintage. And I think it's just because that stuff has moved hands and it's locked away, or it's just so rare you just don't hear about it?
Yeah. And like super duper post playing years cards like Bill Russell. Like Bill Russell has exquisite cards that have sold for 6 figures. So, like these guys do have pretty strong markets. Mad City Collector asks, if someone is posting a mail day on Instagram, do you like to see the whole mail day posted in one day? Or do you like to see it trickle out slowly over multiple days as a slow burn?
I like to post them all right away myself. I guess I'd probably rather watch someone else do it slowly. You
like to just dump them?
Yeah, I just don't want to like come back, like post one a day. I'd just rather just post them all. Time efficiency.
Yeah, I'm the other way. Just give me one a day. One a day is good, and
you can schedule your posts to be released, so you could like upload them all at the same time, Josh. But then like schedule them to be delivered.
Didn't know you could do that. Nice.
Yeah, I do like one or two. You know, and the algorithm likes that better too. Just drop one a day, or really, you know, it'd be like, I don't do that many mail days, so like, I want mine to breathe. Like if I'm dropping a card, I want to give it like 5 days to breathe. Okay, Pac Nicholson is back.
Pressure.
Recently appeared on Stacking Slabs.
Oh, nice.
Pumping out memes and dropping questions for the crossover.
He said to me in a DM, he like is aware that he now has pressure to ask good questions.
Dude, the pressure is on. The pressure is on.
Better be good. Better be good.
Here's his paragraph for this week. When you see a card that you need, not want, need, but it doesn't make sense when you run it through your checks and balances system for purchasing. This guy's so conflicted. You know you probably shouldn't buy the card right now. You just bought another big card, and you firmly told yourself, no more big cards for at least 3 weeks. But then something magical happens. You decide to override the system and buy the card anyway. You make it make sense in your head enough to alleviate any red flags, and you get that euphoric first realization of, oh shit, I'm really getting this fucking card. Can you relate to this moment, and what do you call it?
Oh, what do you call it? Well, I always say go for the card, because there's never a story where like a year later the person's like, man, I really wish I hadn't have done that because it really put me in this weird financial situation for that month. No, it's always like, man, I'm glad I got that card. I only had one shot at it and I got it. Right. I don't even remember how I got it, but I did. I have it now, right? You don't even remember the circumstance.
I might not have had water or electricity that month, but I got that card.
Yeah, you'll forget that. You'll only remember like when you get to a year later, you're gonna have the card, and you'll forget that you didn't have water.
Yeah, it's like I don't like this name because it's technically, but like it's a surplus grail. It's a grail above and beyond your grail allowance.
Well, I think I have one of the best examples of this, and I've given it several times. But like the 2 days after I bought the LeBron Exquisite, the most expensive card I ever purchased,
the Penny PMG Green came.
The Penny PMG Green came to my doorstep.
This exact thing happened to you.
Yes, and I was like, I just spent all my money. What the heck? I literally pulled money out of my 401k to get the penny.
Yeah. And what's the so the 401k card?
Well, then over time I replenished that money back into the 401k, and I forgot about it. Now I've got the penny green. That's my point.
There were 2 suggestions in the comments post. One was Cartageddon. and one was Cardgasm.
Nope, that one's out. We've got better emojis for that one, but no.
Yeah. So
Cardigan's like some like exploding planet or something.
mm-hmm.
Some planet emoji with the explosion.
The only way I know how to describe it is to call it just like a surplus grail. It's just above and beyond the grail offering.
Explain to me a surplus. Like, I'm 5 years old, and he's like, Oscar's trying to explain it to Michael, and then he's like, maybe like even younger, and he's like, okay, your mommy and daddy give you a lemonade stand.
Yeah. All right. Well, I don't know. I don't really have any great names for this, man.
Neither.
But you've lived this. I mean, this was like he took a paragraph right out of your diary.
I guess so. I don't have a diary, but yeah.
All right. Well, keep in mind, going into overdrive.
It's called. Oh, I got it.
All right.
This is pretty good. It's 2 words. Let's ride.
What is it?
Let's ride.
Let's ride?
Yeah, the Russell Wilson thing. Haven't you seen that?
Oh, no, I haven't.
What? Where have you been? All you gotta do is walk up to somebody and awkwardly say, let's ride, and you'll get a laugh.
Okay.
So there's a video, like preseason, Russell Wilson was like filming some promo thing, and there's like a green screen in the background, and they're like, you know, Broncos, let's ride is like their thing, and they're like, all right, Russ, say let's ride, and he's like, let's ride, and it's super weird.
Nice.
And he's just like a total cornball, and so now, like Simmons says it all the time, everyone makes fun of him, they just say let's ride.
Simmons had Wilson on his podcast like 2 or 3 years ago, and Wilson has never been literally has not been a good quarterback since that appearance.
Let's ride. Just Google that right now. Show it on the show. It's amazing. Just Google Russell Wilson, let's ride. You'll get the green screen background. It's hilarious.
Broncos country, let's ride.
Yes, let's go.
All right, hang on. Let me get my volume here.
He's just so cringe, man.
What do you mean?
I mean exactly what I just said. He's cringe as fuck.
Dude, the guy's as smooth as it gets. All right, let's go here.
Okay, just watch this.
Let's ride. Let's ride.
Broncos.
Let's ride.
Perfect. One more time. Broncos country. Let's ride.
Broncos country. Let's ride. Broncos country. Let's ride. Broncos country. Let's ride.
Dude, they did him dirty.
I know. It's like, you know, he's got like a bunch of takes, so they're trying to get the right one. I don't know how much better you could have done, but
You can't
it's
just
just
leak
so funny.
that. You can't just leak that out. Dude, that's
So now every time you're trying to hype up your friends, or you're trying to like, you know, get some energy to do something you shouldn't be doing or whatever, you just say, let's ride.
All right. That's a director's worst nightmare because, like, directors, they already have a hard time getting people to do things. And now, yeah, okay.
And then you get an athlete who like isn't obviously an actor, so it's even harder.
Yeah.
Well, the new thing with Russell Wilson is his Subway commercial when he's like offering you half of his sub. People have made a lot of TikToks about him being a serial killer because like his face is like crazy in that little skit.
Thank you.
So he's getting more piled on, is what I'm trying to say. Let's ride.
All right. Next.
That's right.
Let's ride on to the next question. Carlson Cards says, you're gonna, this is funny, all right. Shout out to Carlson Cards, who is the most recent guest on Stacking Slabs. He says, would love to hear you talk about the difference between heavily collected versus heavily flipped players. For example, he gives 2 examples. I want you to guess who I gave you a clue. I want you to guess who the second one is. The examples are Tom Brady, who's the heavily collected or heavily flipped. And who do you think the other one is?
Wait, is Brady the collected or flipped?
I think Brady's the flipped one. the invested flip one. And then there's this other player who's often contrasted against Brady is given.
Peyton Manning?
Yes. Yes. Tom Brady and Peyton Manning. I collect both and have an extremely difficult time finding ultra rare Peyton Manning refractors. It feels like the collections they are currently in are forever homes. Whereas for Tom Brady, it feels like many of his rare cards continue to swap hands like crazy, and they keep popping up at auction. It scares me away from collecting Brady until this dust settles. My main point, it just feels like some players swap hands constantly, and there are less long-term collectors when compared to short-term flipping. Cards that are out at 25 should not be popping up 5 or 6 times a year. This Jerry Rice Green PMG is a perfect example of a player that was heavily collected to the point where these scarce cards become ghosts and we rarely see them publicly surface. The demand by collectors outweighs the supply.
Yeah, to be fair, though, I think a lot of this has to do with just the simple fact that Brady's cards are so much more expensive, and it's like more enticing to want to flip that and move around and do stuff. Whereas, like if you own a Manning collection below a certain threshold, it just might not even make sense for you to want to sell it. That's probably not fair because Manning cards are expensive, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just more likely you're gonna want to sell something when it's more expensive. But yeah. I agree. This was my take earlier in the show. I said,
I know.
You freaking Brady guys are just not. You're the opposite of diamond hands.
I knew this question was coming when you were saying that earlier. But, like, don't be surprised if a few Jerry Rice PMG grains come out of the woodworks now.
Ooh. To Jordan Reds, remember that? No one's going to sell their Jordan Reds. Here come 4 of them.
Here they come. Exactly. So, like, yeah, I wouldn't be too worried about that. But, Carlson Cards make some nice observations, and I don't know if there's much to add. All right. Perimeter collectibles.
Manning avatar.
Are you surprised that the hobby has not taken a harder or a more negative stance against serial flippers? It's evident that there is a strong correlation between card values declining and how often they appear for sale in this market.
Almost like we're sort of... Because I think a lot of people wanted to blame auction houses. Should we be blaming the serial flipper instead? There's constantly sending these cards to these auction houses.
There's enough blame to go around.
Yeah, well, his point is it seems like a lot of people are getting blamed, but we aren't necessarily seeing the serial flipper get the blame publicly.
Mm-hmm. No, it's a good point. The blame almost originates from a mindset. When we commoditize and conceptualize cards as pure financial instruments, the result is that they get treated like assets.
Yeah.
That's which is kind of a running theme here that I'm developing, is that thinking of cards as financial assets or financial instruments is not, generally speaking, the way that I like to enjoy the hobby. And I see a lot of people, even great collectors, sort of susceptible to putting market values ahead of just enjoying the cards. Market values matter, and they're an important part of this hobby, and they're an important part of the hobby equation. But they can't be the be-all, end-all if, as a collector, you want to go back to why you love the hobby. The love for the hobby, at least for me, has always come from curating a great collection. Full stop. Market value is great. It's an extension of making a great collection, but not the other way around. So there's a mindset that permeates, it's like a virus almost that spreads, that causes us to just increasingly think about our cards in terms of their market value. And it's not the way that I've ever found enjoyment from the hobby. I do enjoy studying the market for cards, no doubt about that. But the essence of collecting, the essence of why sports cards are fun, it comes from building a good collection. It comes from getting difficult, highly desired cards, not from how much can I flip it for, and not to say that's not fun, and not to say that that doesn't provide pleasure to people, but it can't be at the center. It has to be something that's auxiliary. It has to be. It can't be the focal point, or I think you. But so to get to this question, there's a strong stigma in this hobby against like we're supposed to congratulate each other when a card sells and somebody makes money, or we're supposed to congratulate each other. So that's why there's not a stance against this. That in a nutshell, it's a
entrepreneurship kind of thing.
Yeah, and it's like a lingering. Definitely, that's a good way to look at it. And there's a lingering pessimism or skepticism from people who have been in the hobby for 10, 15, 20 years, who just they own a store or something. You say, what do you collect? And they're like, nothing. I just, this is my business. And if a card goes up, I'm going to make money off of it. And, that mentality has been in the hobby for a long time. So, it's an important mentality to this hobby. It's tough. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's awkward.
I can add something to this. I'm used to the serial flipper. I think you are too. We're used to that role, and in the past, it's been a pretty consistent role. We know what to expect out of that person. We know what they're going to do, so we sort of operate around it. The issue that I've had over the last, I would say 6 months, is some of the people in those roles have perverted what their role is, and now they're trying to curry favor amongst collectors by saying oh no, I've been a collector all along. You've seen me flip in the past, but now the values are going down. I'm going to start pushing content around collecting and how I've been a collector all along, and I just, the flipping thing was only because of the bull market. That's the issue I have, and I've seen that pretty directly from a lot of people, and that's where that's maybe where, to answer the question, I would, start to get pissed off and point to those people. Because if I expect, the same person to flip and that's kind of the role, I think that's fine. I don't have an issue with it if you're open about it or whatever. But once you start trying to manipulate me into buying specific cards by saying you're a collector of a certain thing, it's all right, now you're just trying to manipulate everybody.
Yeah. When the deception, is sort of happening out in the open, it offends our intelligences.
It's happening now. Exactly right. It's happening a lot right now. Oh, you got to start. You guys should have been collecting all along. I've been giving picks out, and I've been flipping this thing and telling you to buy this. But now I told you guys you should have been collecting it all along. It was about collect what you like. Why didn't you listen to me then? It's what are you talking about? Never said that.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Tasty Card Sandwich says, how great is the Instagram card community when you strip away all the noise? I consider myself a collector of design. Yes, I have players and teams that I prefer, but overall, I chase cool designs. I can't tell you how many times I've been scrolling Instagram, saw a card from a set I've never seen before, and said, I'd like to learn more. This leads to research that ends with at least one new card in my collection. And it all happens because someone I don't even know decided to post a picture on Instagram. It really is a great thing.
I mean, if you do what this person's saying and you strip away everything and you get to the root of it, Instagram is the best platform, and it's made for cards because it's literally just pictures, and cards are just pictures on cardboard. It's just an extension of the cards themselves. You're just give me those pictures, right? And that's all it is. So in theory, Instagram's the best. It's just, again, it's just so fucking perverted and manipulated with ads. And you sent me a post before the show started. Oh, this guy's so amazing. My favorite player. I have this great card available.
I can't believe what a great future this guy has. DM for price.
Those are my favorite ones right now. This card is gonna skyrocket in value. I'm selling it. The Josh Allen ones. People are selling $50,000 Josh Allen cards, talking about how he's the next great thing. If he's the next great thing, why are you selling? Mm-hmm. Which is it?
Dude, we're at a point in hobby social media where there's just so many people now in it, and there's so much clout at stake, and there's so much emotion and pride and ego and money that 2 or 3 years ago, you didn't need to curate your social media experience in the hobby. You could just follow people. They could follow you back. You know, they post their cards, you post yours. You can't do that today. We have to curate our social media experience, and we have to mute we have to mute or unfollow the people who are putting out energy and takes that are dragging on our ability to enjoy the hobby. And it's hard to do. You know, it's hard because, like, well, what if I'm going to miss something good that they say a week from now? Or, you know, it's tough. It's a tough thing to navigate, but I've had to do it. You know, especially when you get these fucking people who just are clearly pushing an agenda. You know, like there was an auction recap that was talking about a particular card, and it said, wow, this, you know, it was a picture of a BGS 9.5, and it said, wow, you know, this card sold for $14,000. A Gem Mint copy sold for $228,000. Well, not a BGS 9.5, it was PSA 10 that it sold for $228,000. The highest a BGS 9.5 had ever sold for was $40,000. So it was painting the picture that a card went from 220 to 14, but really went from 40 to 14. So, but it was a sleight of hand. It was just, oh, well, the Gem Mint, you know, is playing the sleight of hand of trying to trick me as the audience into thinking that this card once was 220,000. No, the PSA 10 was 220,000. BGS 9.5 never got higher than 40. I went and looked it up. So I have to stop engaging with that content because it's agenda driven. And people who sold all of their cards and then hang around and tell us about how shitty our hobby is, why? Dude, you know, it's, you know, like, if you really want to hear how ludicrous it is, think about it in this context. I do not own a home or any real estate. I would love to one day. Okay? What if I went and I made Chris_real estate? Chris_RE. And I got involved in the real estate and the home market, and I ingrained myself with this community, and, you know, bought some properties and was just showing them on my story, and, oh, this property is so cool. And then I sell my properties, and I have no properties left, but I have these thousands of people following me, and I just bash them and their stupid property and their stupid real estate and their stupid homes every week nonstop. And every time there's a new report on the real estate market, I take it and I try to dramatically show how terrible the real estate market is, because I'm not in it anymore. I'm the smart one. I sold my real estate. Ha ha. You guys are all suckers still in real estate, and I'm just going to hang around your community and tell you how stupid you are and how pathetic your stupid real estate is. I mean, it sounds so absurd. There are dozens of people literally doing that in the hobby right now.
Even worse is if you were to start flexing your metaverse real estate properties instead. You sell your physical ones, and you start shitting on everybody that they're dealing with the headache of buying and owning a real physical home, and you can own a metaverse one.
Yes. Yes, I forgot that part. I have a little detour into metaverse property values and why they're so great.
The word you were looking for was ingratiate.
Ingratiate. That I think of that stupid Alex Jones meme every time I say ingratiating goblins or something. I just think of that stupid meme, and I'm like, I don't want to use the word ingratiate.
Yeah, man, you're on fire tonight. There's been so much of that happening. It's disgusting. It's like when you.
Oh, go ahead, Josh.
I was just gonna say, when you say that story from the real estate perspective, it sounds so disgusting, and we let it happen to us over and over.
We do.
I agree.
We let it happen to us.
We should start a revolution.
No, there's nothing we can do. There's nothing we can do about it.
Everyone can block them. And make fun of them until they leave. Bully them out. That should be the
Christina's solution is
hashtag bully them out. Justin Card said that it should be Chris_home instead of Hoj.
That's good.
That was good.
I'm starting that account tomorrow. I'm going to do a big, deep operative against the real estate community.
I would argue that your current Instagram is more related to homes than actual cards. It's got the word house in it.
It does. It does. It does have the word house in it. If this account was always set up for this. All right.
You should just make that hard pivot, though. Start selling space shoes.
I was told by South that those are actually very important shoes. They're the first Kobe shoes in an all-star game against Jordan or something.
Really?
Yeah.
And why did it sell for, if you line it up against Kobe stuff, it was like sold less than like 50 cards of all, 50 cards have sold for more than these shoes.
I don't know. But yeah, that's if we're really just getting on soapboxes tonight, keep my memorabilia out of my card auctions.
What about VHS tapes?
Oh, man. The day I see... Do we already have VHS and card auctions?
Yeah, there's one in Golden.
Can we just keep that stuff separate? Hey, sell it, great, but like, why are we, the card collector demographic, just constantly subjected? We've from Top Shot all the way down the line. We're just constantly being pitched and sold on new things. But I guess, that's our burden to bear when you have the purchasing power and everything that comes with, card collectors. I mean, is there a better demographic of people to sell things to than
Idiots?
card collectors?
Oh, sorry.
Kind of. Hey, here's a fun trivia. Not trivia. Here's a fun exercise. Let's say that there were, when you were rambling forever, I was thinking of this. Let's say there were, I'm going to make these numbers real clean. So this isn't the real amount of numbers. Let's say there were 10 people in the hobby when we joined, and 7 of them were collectors, and 3 of them were business, flipper, whatever the other bucket is. Does those numbers kind of sound decent so far? 70% collector? And then at the peak of 2021, I think that number ballooned to 100, and the collectors was like 20, and it was like 80. It's just this total perversion flip of this craziness. Where are we at now, and where do you see it going?
Well,
It's like the collector base doubled during the boom, but the overall structure like 10x.
yeah. I can tell you that seeing certain, like the Luca Immaculate second year logo man selling twice in 6 months, when that's a card that if it belonged to a collector, it would have been purchased once and never seen again. Tells me that there's still that, like, even though like the base PSA 10 stuff collapsed and the more commodity cards collapsed, and you would think that indicates that like the number of investors, speculators, flippers is going down, and I think it is, but I also think it hasn't gone down as much as it seems because those people have moved into other things, and they are still lingering, and some of them are still doing well, and so I think the ratio now is approximating 50-50, but on the scale of 100, I don't know if that means now it's 20-20 or it's 30-30 or it's 10-10. I don't know how the magnitude has changed, but I think the proportion is, I don't know. But by the same token, like some number of collectors slid into being hybrid collector investors as well.
Yeah.
It's like we kind of lost some there. What do you say? What do you think?
I don't know. I'm not good at like predicting necessarily. I'm just kind of like trying to put some math and some logic behind what I'm seeing happening based on just, guessing on social media activity and such. Your answer sounds good to me.
Yeah. There will be some people who like disagree that a lot, though. They'll be like, what do you mean 50-50 is like 1090 still? Or,
Yeah. I think the numbers, if 10 was the baseline of when we started, I still think we're at like 60 or 70. Like it just seems like there's so many more people involved. And I think that ratio, like to your point, is going to creep down. We're just going to keep seeing more and more people either forced to be collectors or they'll just, leave.
Yeah.
We're pretending until the next boom.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, once LeBron passes the scoring record, I'll be set. And you suckers will be left to the dust.
All right, Bye Bye Baby Cards says, because of the Jerry Rice sale, are we at a point where we can finally say the 1997 Metal Universe PMG football cards take off and raise prices on all players in the set? Does this sale and price catch the attention of those football players that have been neglected or didn't value as much? Basically, my question is my Jeff George green PSA authentic altered worth $1 million yet, or what? And then note, the Reggie White and Steve Young sales were also big, and PWCC has an Isaac Bruce green up for sale in the weekly, and it's not mine. So.
Didn't we already get like a hint of this coming with like the Brett Favre green, the Steve Young green? I think there's been like a Barry Sanders green moving privately or something. Like we've just been kind of waiting for like the big Jerry Rice one, and then now it's sort of, I don't necessarily know that the Rice is going to pull up everything else. I think everything else has been starting to creep up, and Rice is kind of the final, nail.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
I predicted that card to go over 100, already. It's a big card, dude.
Absolutely. It sure is. And I've already mentioned this once, mention it again. Green PMGs in football are out of 15. Reds are out of 150. There's 50% more of both greens and reds in football than there is in basketball. So a price of 150, should be contextualized in that sense. It's not an apples-to-apples comparison to basketball because there's 50% more in football.
Well, basketball is 90 and football is 135.
Yeah.
Red.
For reds. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's exactly right. And then the rest are greens. Okay.
It's still 50%.
Yeah. All right. Mad City Collectors says, how much thought do you put into starting on a new collecting direction? Do you stew over it for some time? Or is it more impulsive, where you see a card posted and you just love the idea of collecting it immediately? Stewing, option A?
Doing, yeah. I almost made an impulsive buy on Justin Jefferson, but I thought better of it.
Was it that gold prism?
Oh, yeah. It went for crazy money, dude.
Dude, it went
was like
high.
PSA 9, Justin Jefferson's worth 3 times as much as my entire Todd Gurley collection.
Yeah, it went really, really high. Also, just side note, top PPR fantasy receiver, Stephon Diggs of the Buffalo Bills. So I've been getting a few of his cards into Card Ladder over the week. Just, I'm interested, and I think it's worth following how the market fares for the top dog at the wide receiver position. Okay.
Yeah, just imagine if Justin Jefferson had a quarterback that just won the Super Bowl, or is it Josh Allen or Mahomes?
Yes.
Just imagine.
Yeah, I know. Dude, Justin Jefferson's sick, man. I know. Look, I'm not going to come at you about Justin Jefferson. That's a soft spot for you. Whatever you say, that goes.
I love that guy. He's so good.
Yeah, look, I will never. Justin Jefferson is amazing. All right. Award winners autos. Do you enjoy top X card countdowns? I've been really enjoying Wax Museum's top 50 countdown. I'm not a fan of top cards ever countdowns, but I really enjoy these countdowns of people's collections because they fill my feed with actual card content and introduce me to cards I haven't heard of previously. I wish I saw more of these from an average team or player collectors where the cards are not all like 50 grand or more.
Yeah, it's a great idea if you don't do it, 20 times in a row.
Right.
Or annually and just have the same X amount of cards and just switch number 2 and 3 every year.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's nice to do, but don't wear it out. I think Wax Museum's doing a fun job. I think every collection deserves to be packaged and presented.
Would you do that?
Would I do it? No. I like to post my card once. I like to post my card once. maybe twice, and then I'm good. And then I'm good.
I kind of like the idea. I don't know that I would do it, but
I think people should do it. I think it's really cool when people do it, but it's not for me.
like
But I do.
well,
Like
it was fun when you did the thumb box videos.
Mm-hmm.
The
Yep.
one row where you thumb. It's like we know what cards you have. We kind of have a rough idea, but to actually see it in a short video and like actually see you go through all of them, I think was pretty inspiring for a lot of people, myself included. And so a quick recap of like how you would actually rank them could be pretty interesting content for like a fast short video. I guess I'm not a fan of like this drawn out like 6-month process kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. And then like if you oblige yourself to doing it in that fashion, it controls the content you make. You're planned out, you're booked for months in advance. Like you're obligated to this 101 count. I don't like that. I like to make content much more spontaneously. I wake up in the morning, I have no idea if I'm going to say anything to the hobby or what. I like it a lot better that way.
Or when you do a 1 to X amount or X amount number to 1 and you plan it out and you have a social media scheduler, you can then take a long vacation and not actually engage or do anything in the hobby, and therefore your content is stale.
Okay. Now, one thing I'm going to disagree with award winners' autos on, they say that they're not fans of top cards ever countdowns. I am a fan of that. And I fantasize about one day doing like a top 100 cards of like Michael Jordan, who's my favorite player. There's enough data out there that we can use market values to, guide that list, but still leave some room for subjective opinions. But it's just a big obligation of time to like put together that blog basically. But I really think content like that is cool. And you can, and it's fun and it's aspirational because like I can put a Jordan Gem Masters PMG on that list knowing that I'll never own that card, but I can still make content surrounding it. So that's the one place where I disagree. I do think it's cool. And I think we could use some content like that of people like thoughtfully, objectively, not self-servingly making content surrounding players' best cards and stuff. So
I'll make the top 23 MJ cards. You make the top 23 LeBron.
yeah. Yeah, I think it should be more though. Like, dude, it wouldn't be enough if it was it has to be like the top 100.
Could you even name 23 Kareem Abdul-Jabbar cards?
Not easily.
But Jordan, you could just like rattle them off right now.
I could probably name 200 Michael Jordan cards without having to like reference anything.
Yeah.
Because there's all those inserts and then there's all the parallels and I know all the products and just like 10 annual products times 3 to 4 different inserts and parallels. That's 300 to 400 cards right there over a 10-year span.
Dude, Fanatics, people, if you're listening, figure out how to get the best sets coming out right now for basketball. Like Prism dropped right now for the current rookie class. I might even be hyped about that shit. Instead, I gotta wait forever. What a mess.
Yeah, so let me just fast forward to the question that came in about that so we can address that from this individual. Card Shop Dad said, how soon do you think basketball product releases will return to their normal schedule? And, dude, I don't know, but they really need to. Like, I don't think Prism Basketball even has a release date right now. On a normal release calendar, it would be coming out 1 to 2 weeks from today.
Which would be fucking amazing.
Yes, and I would be very tempted to look at some nice Bancheros because I think that guy is really good. So, I mean, if a Banchero Gold hit eBay,
Woo-wee.
I'd be making offers.
Oh man. Well, you have it listed at $1 million OBO, so
Yeah, so then I get I wouldn't win it, but which also goes to that. So now I'm like, but then do I obligate myself to a third team to follow? I would have to maybe start thinking about, dude, following 2 NBA teams like you follow two. You follow the Lakers and the Suns. That's a lot. That's a lot to follow.
it's stressful. I don't even want to do it anymore. I'm already tired.
You're 2 games in.
Well, yeah, the Lakers are horrible. It's pretty stressful.
Dude, they're not as bad as it seems.
And then the Cardinals suck. I got too much going on. Someone take one of these teams off my hands.
Don't worry, the Cardinals season's over very shortly.
Why is that?
Hey, they won yesterday.
Because they're not going to the playoffs.
Because Call of Duty came out?
Yeah, that too.
Did you see that video of Kyler going to pick up Robbie Anderson from the airport? Yeah, I think he did.
All right. Well, go ahead. Get it out.
See the live look?
Nah, football is really tough. And I've been rooting for a team that's 1-5. So, but that changes. Now I've got a team that's 3-3. Okay. Vinny Slabarino says, I always enjoy the show.
Maybe Justin Fields will complete a pass this week, then you guys can celebrate.
Dude, he's going to get over 10. He's going to get over 10 completions.
He might have to decommit from Navy so that he can throw the ball.
Fuck the Bears and fuck Justin Fields.
Dude,
I never traded Trubisky.
Oh, shit. There's a take. That's spicy.
I drank the Fields Kool-Aid. I drafted.
I had no choice.
I drafted Darnell Mooney in fantasy. High. I think it was like $20 or something.
It wasn't cheap.
Oh my god! And he's been a total disaster. And I don't even know if it's because he sucks or just because the offense sucks or because Fields sucks. When so many things suck, it's just hard to figure out. And I watch every Bears game on a Zoom stream with my dad, my brother, and my uncle. And by the end of those streams, when the Bears really suck, it's just silent.
That's always the worst.
Funny.
It sucks.
Being angry means that you're in the game and you got a chance, and you make the Suns tonight, Christina with the Mavs. You're in the game, but when you're silent, you just suck. You're just getting pounded.
Dude, it's been so many years too. We thought we had it bad during the Jay Cutler era, and in retrospect, we should have been more grateful.
You guys are all trying to get rid of that guy every year.
And I remember when Phil Emery was the GM, and we were going through coaches and just
Mark Trestman, remember that guy?
the quarterback whisperer. Yes, I remember.
He's your best coach.
He might have been. Came down from the CFL. He wrote an inspirational book as well that many Bears fans read, hoping against hope that the Bears might actually be good.
No, your best coach was definitely Lovie Smith. Those were some good teams.
Lovey could get you 10 wins, but he was
What's wrong with that?
nothing. And especially considering today.
You guys have had 10 wins over the last 5 years.
Yeah. Dude, Jordan is absolutely going nuts in the chat. Lovey could get you 10, 11 wins, but we weren't ever winning a Super Bowl in that bend, don't break, soft, two-man zone BS defense.
What's so special about the 85 Bears?
Yeah, that's all we got. We got the 85 Bears. We're still riding off the 85 Bears. Our whole franchise is riding off a Super Bowl from 36 years ago.
Well, you know what I say to me and my friends when we're gathered around and we're looking for some inspiration? You know what I say to my friends?
At least we're not the Bears.
Let's ride.
Yeah. Also, though, underrated Bears season, 13-3. Mitch Trubisky, 4th highest QBR in the league, 2018 season. And still foiled by a Cody Parkey double doink.
Oh, wasn't that his rookie year?
Who's
Second year.
second
year.
Yeah. Yeah, and
Double
he was in Mahomes' shadow, who was emerging as clearly the best quarterback of the class, but he still guided the team to 13-3, and then against the Eagles. I remember we were driving back to LA, and I was watching a game on my phone, and the double doink happened.
And then the Bears did him dirty.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, see, I thought you weren't allowed to root for multiple teams. You got sweaters of one team, you got jerseys of others. What are you guys doing over there?
We have a lot of allegiances over here.
yeah, our closet is now filled with like 7 different jerseys of various sports. I'm not gonna lie.
I am not going to even respond to this Dallas Stars thing because that's just way too much for me to respond to.
Can you be a fair weather fan of bad to mediocre teams?
Dude, if you literally told me the Stars are the best team in the NHL, I'd be like, sick. I believe you. If you told me they're the worst, great. That's unfortunate, but let's ride.
3-1, and
We? Did you say we? Oh my God, it's we already. Name 3 players on that team.
You could probably. Can you name 3?
I can't pronounce their last names. No, I can't.
We.
Jamie Benn.
I can name 3.
Jamie Benn. Jake Otter, and Jason Robertson Robo.
There you go. Now,
3.
can you explain
Icing?
why the Zamboni comes out?
To clean the ice. To,
Okay,
like,
okay, all right. Relax.
What's icing? What's icing?
What's icing?
Icing is when a offensive lineman hits the puck all the way to the other side past the goal line without anyone else touching the ball or the puck, and they're not even close, like, to it where they could get it.
I don't know if that's right or not because I don't know.
I don't even know what icing is. I have no clue.
I'm not sure if that's right, but I sounded confident.
Oh, Jordan, I've got some bad news. Look, I take great pride in the Chicago Bears having the most wins, but
Mr. Fact Checker over here. Oh, well, he's not wrong.
yeah, but we're not going to have the most wins after this season.
Or after this next
After
week.
next week.
The Packers play the Commanders and the Bears play the Patriots. I think that record is going down.
Yes, Jared is right. Icing is what goes on top of the cake.
Dude,
I was watching some of those playoff games, the hockey, and they would
the hockey.
hit the puck. They would hit the puck down, and then someone would touch it, and the ref would blow the whistle. And I'm like, why are you guys stopping? What is happening? And they're like, icing. I'm like, why? I don't understand. Why is that
Evan is
icing?
telling me I was right.
Okay, well, sound a little more excited and pleased with yourself.
I'm very pleased with myself. This is a brand new game for me. I've only ever seen 3 NHL games, and I'm learning. Thank you.
Is it at the same arena?
Yeah.
Well, that's why. I figured it out.
Yeah.
Tickets are cheap, and
Super cheap.
it's a fun sport to watch in person. I'm going to hear the Star Spangled Banner so many times this year. When they sing it for the Stars games, every time the word Stars is said in the Stars Spangled Banner, the whole place just aggressively shouts Stars. And
That's inappropriate.
if you don't know that it's coming, it's startling.
It was very scary the first time we were there and it happened. I'm not going to lie. I thought something was happening.
Yeah. But when a goal is scored in hockey, it has that same jolt of energy that making a big 3-pointer at the end of the game has. It's it's big. It's a big.
The horns go off and shit.
Oh, those horns are so great. God, they just blast
So-
the horn.
Now that you guys are hockey, know-it-alls, who's the best investment that I should be buying cards of in hockey?
If I knew, I'd be buying their cards too. I'm still doing my research here, Josh.
I heard that Connor McDavid is undervalued.
I don't believe that's true.
That's the only hot.
That's like Jesus.
McDavid has
Nathan.
like 10 sales over $100,000.
Yeah.
All right, so maybe not undervalued. How about Cale Makar? That's my guy.
Dude, all I remember when turning on the random Avs playoff game for like a period is like they were always dominating the puck. They were always on the other team's side of the ice. They were just always taking shots on goal. And like they were, and that's what the Stars have a lot too. Like they always have the puck. They're always pushing, attacking.
Look, I've been an Avalanche fan for the better part of 6 months.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
you noob Stars fans don't have anything on us on Avalanche, guys.
Okay, I tried to be an Avalanche fan when we went to see the Nuggets, and I tried to buy an Avalanche jersey there, and Hoj wouldn't let me. So I tried to be on your team, Josh, and Hoj didn't want it to happen.
Oh, Carvin's right. The Coyotes are transitioning out of Glendale, and they're building a new stadium, and in the meantime, they're playing at a college arena with 5,000 seats.
In Tempe, right?
In Tempe. Don't say Tempe. Tempe.
Tempe.
Temp C, Temp D, Temp E.
Name 3 players in the Avalanche: Nathan McKinnon, Cale Makar,
Hey, that's great, man.
Bart.
Who's their goalie?
Jaromir Jagr. No, Patrick Waugh.
Patrick Waugh. Yeah, I think he's still swinging a stick.
He retired like 20 years ago, probably.
Is that the vernacular, swinging the stick?
I don't. That sounds like baseball.
That sounds like, yeah, you're right. Pushing the puck.
Or like rich guys in the hobby.
Yeah. All right, let's just get to some questions here. We've already been going for 2 hours.
Labarino.
Vinny?
Thanks. I just want to say thanks, Mohammed, for trying to catch Josh up after he tried to call me out for not knowing team members.
Darcy Kemper. Nailed it.
Okay, all right. Vinny Slabarino says, I always enjoy the show. Do you think numbered cards have hurt the hobby over the long run? Not from an investing standpoint or from a public relations standpoint, but just from pure enjoyment. It seems today that if you don't get a hit opening a pack or a box, you're disappointed. But growing up in the 80s, opening a box of Topps Wax was never disappointing. There was joy in finding out what a 9th-year Mike Schmidt card looked like. There was joy in what Topps' new design looked like. Maybe today's card game is focused on big ups and downs rather than steady enjoyment. It's become a hobby of extremes. Thank you, Vinny.
I personally think that, well, he's asked the wrong people. We clearly are like serial snobs. Like, we have to have serial numbers. But I think the spirit of the question is good, and I enjoyed listening to it, so I think we should let it live as is like that. I don't think it really needs an answer.
Like when we do that. Card Shop Dad. Is Josh planning to slab or binder the Todd Gurley PC?
A little bit of both. I'll slab the, more rare, higher-end ones and binder the rest.
Good. We had some questions about the Christian McCaffrey trade. Card Shop Dad says, rank Chris's excitement with C-Mac going to the 49ers from a paper base to a PMG green. I'm going to give it a platinum portrait, not the die-cut one, but the one that came the year before.
Ooh.
So it's not a PMG. I would have preferred the Rams, the Bills, the Chiefs, or the Ravens more. But I also accept that the 49ers are an upgrade from the fucking Panthers, who are without a doubt the worst team in the NFL. That boy serious? Oh, go ahead.
Simmons got crushed on that one. Simmons picked the Panthers as like his dark horse team.
Yeah. God, he had me hyped too. All right. That boy serious says, does having a PC player leave their longtime team discourage future collecting? What do you think about that?
Well, you got to answer this first, Mr. McCaffrey.
Like, look, it's awkward in the CMC group chat because it's a lot of Carolina Panthers fans.
Yeah. I went in there like cheering, and they like got all mad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's tough. He was 5.5 years with the Panthers. Football is team collecting oriented, but dude, I have to feel optimistic that like Simmons had like a 5-minute take on this last night that I thought was great. He was like, McCaffrey's going to have the opportunity that Tyreek Hill and other players have had to forge memories of playmaking in the month of January when, it matters. So to me, it's the opposite. I'm a player collector, not a team collector. For a team collector, it's got to be extremely discouraging. But as a player collector, I want my player in the best position possible to play their best football.
Here's a trivia question for you. It's not really a trivia question. It's just a fun factoid. I collect 3 guys primarily, and all 3 have played on more than 2 teams, lots of teams. But all of the cards that I own of those players, they're all on one team.
So LeBron's all Cavs. Paul is all Suns.
Nope, I don't have a single Suns card.
This is rookie year.
It's all Thunder.
So
Hornets. Pelicans.
Hornets.
Third try.
Well, they were the New Orleans.
Okay, you don't have
Hornets.
to bail me out of that one. It's okay. And then
Alright.
Gurley is all Rams.
Penny is all Magic.
And Penny is all Magic. Penny had a stint with the Suns too.
I know. He played with the Suns, the Knicks, the Heat.
And you're just like, no, I don't want my guy in the Suns.
Because I don't like I like the older cards.
So it doesn't have to do. It's incidental that you collect the players
I guess.
from Jersey.
Kinda. It's just like I like the eras of cards, but it doesn't bother me that they've been on multiple teams. This is kind of answering the question.
All right. Yeah, it does get messy though, and it gets annoying when players like. Oh, should we do it? Should we have the browsing eBay moment, Christina?
I don't care. I'm mad at you now.
Hi, Christina.
Like if the 49ers Black Finite comes out, you're going to be all over it, right? Like you got to have that one.
100%. But I won't be all over it more than any other finite. All right, I'm going on eBay. Why are you going on eBay? What are you doing?
I'm going to look at mine stuff.
Oh my god.
But you're always going to have more Panthers cards because he's played there longer, his rookie year, etc.
Yes. 5.5 years of Panthers plus rookie year with Panthers. Yes, indeed. Okay. This is a card that I think is an example of why it's frustrating when players change teams. And this is also a really cool card. This is the 2009 Topps Chrome Superfractor 1/1 DeMar DeRozan.
That's on eBay?
That is on eBay.
Show me the price.
Hold on. Guess the price.
Is it auction, best offer? What are we talking?
It's a fixed price listing that has offers turned on.
We saw this at the National. It's probably at like 100K OBO or something.
65 grand OBO. Now this kills me because he doesn't, the Raptors logo is prominent. The Raptors purple, sets the theme for the card. If he was a Bull for his whole career and this was a Bulls card, I'd like it more. Let's just say that. I would like it more.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And dude, this guy fucking had 37, 9, and 6 in the season opener. In a victory over the Heat, who are a decent team. This guy he's pretty easy to root for. And he's a really good player.
And his best card is just chilling on eBay.
Yeah.
People pay more for Anthony Edwards white sparkles than they do.
Yeah.
I could be so much meaner about those comparisons. Oh, I got to do my comparison thing. Remember that?
You do need to do it.
I could be so much meaner about that, but I am not because it doesn't do any sense any good.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Sometimes it's okay to be a little mean. You know, everything is just a reaction anyway. So, like, when everybody's being very positive, then everybody reacts and they go negative, and then a new group of people reacts to their negativity with positivity. It's just never any back and forth. So if you lead us down a path of negativity, it's actually gonna prompt more positivity.
Dang it.
Right. We can't win. We can never really get just pure hate going. Okay.
Anthony Edwards, White Sparkle, PSA 10 would outsell DeMar DeRozan's best card.
Yeah, I think that's totally fair.
He's better now, and he's better now than Anthony Edwards is.
Dude, he's really good. Jordan got offended when I said he had like a semi-breakout season last year. Dude, it's only a semi-breakout season because he was already good.
Exactly. That's like, I would be offended if you said a full breakout. That means you think he sucked before.
Yeah, which I don't. But I think he was amazing last year, and he's going to be really good again this year.
That's like Ja Morant when he most improved. That's the most offensive award he's ever gotten in his life.
Yes. Yes, it is. That's why he gave it away or something.
He just gave it to Jordan Poole, the rightful winner.
Dude, Jordan Poole's making $35 million a year, and he was not very good tonight. I'm just saying. All right. Dude, that DeRozan is lingering in my mind. You can tell, like, it just came to me in hour 3. I just started thinking.
We saw that card at National, you and me. We were walking around, and we saw it in a booth.
Okay, sounds familiar.
I just remember being like, what the hell? Look at that thing. What's a 101 DeRozan Superfractor? Because I'd never even see Superfractors from that year. You know, we see so many of the silvers and the refractors and the golds and stuff. You don't see the supers.
Just the fact that it's a super from 2009, the rookie class, which boasts DeRozan, Harden, Curry, Griffin. I mean, just that factor alone.
Johnny Flynn. I mean, loaded.
Yeah. It just
Drew Holiday.
Ricky,
no love for Drew Holiday.
Rubio as well, I think, if we're just going there.
Yeah.
So, damn, like, what do you think he would accept?
I like how this has turned into like a therapy session for you somehow. You're like, now that we've talked about it, like, what do you think I should offer? Like, what do we do? Like, what do you think?
Well, here, all right. So, his DeRozan's second highest selling card ever is same card with the gold out of 50 PSA 10, sold for $12.6K in April. All right. So
Now go back to your little camera, go to sales history, search Anthony Edwards, and sort by price.
we know where this is going.
It's going to be a bloodbath for DeRozan.
What do you think? This is his highest selling card. This
I don't know, 2 million. Just count how many are over 25K.
we might be here a while. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
Oh my god. Because I think that DeRozan's like 25K.
We're probably getting close to 100 here. Okay, we're at 25K.
Yeah, that was like 70.
Yeah. So, 25.
I really want to post that basketball one. I have them ready to go. I have all the names and the cards and everything.
You got to do it then. But maybe maybe people will be ready for this negativity like a week or two into the season when teams are sucking. And, maybe that's what, I don't know. But, so you think 25?
Yeah, 25K.
I mean, wow, that's low.
Well, I mean, the PSA 10 gold is about 10K.
Yeah.
That makes sense to me.
2.5 times the PSA 10 gold.
I think so.
But who would he? I've actually seen people accept really low offers off of a high starting.
Low, like if you offered that and accepted, you'd be thrilled.
Yeah.
Why don't you just do it and see what happens? He looks over at Christine. That was so amazing. We just saw the live. He's like, maybe I should do it.
Christina's probably already gonna do it.
This, when like when people are like, this happens in fantasy football, where it's like, which player would you rather have, this guy or the guy on the other team? You're like, the guy on the other team. Like, then why don't you make the trade offer? Well, I mean, I don't want to actually
Yep.
trade away my guy. It's a sin.
Yep. You're right, Carvin. I feel I would. I do.
25. You almost like laughed at me. Like, yeah, of course I would be thrilled.
Yeah,
And
25.
why haven't you offered it?
Dude, 25 is laughable.
Well, do me a favor and hover over the seller real quick.
Hang on. Cardboard Chronicles.
Well, no. Dude, I do get a lot of DMs about this because Cardboard Chronicles 2, that's his eBay name, and people message me, hey, how much will you take for the whatever card? That's not my card.
I'm not even gonna. I'm just gonna chill on and touching that one. Okay, Porzingis Collector.
What?
Yo, he had
Did not see that
change
coming.
of heart, man. He had a change of heart.
He's Porzingis Collector. Well, just search on Instagram.
Yeah, I bet that guy is on Instagram.
We saw him at the show. I can't believe you don't remember this. I looked him in the face.
It happened. I know. It seems very familiar. It probably had a higher price tag on it. Oh boy, Porzingis Collector.
Let's look at this IG.
He has the eBay list up. Like his eBay link is up.
eBay Porzingis Collector. It's him. It's him. Oh look, he's rich.
He's a breaker. Oh, he's got stacks of cat. Oh, those are just ones. He's poor.
Oh man! Oh dude, this guy's got. Oh my god! This guy's loaded with cards. He could just give this away. He could donate this. There it is.
He's got you on camera saying you would take 25.
That's not quite what I said,
That's a cool card, man.
dude. That's like it's like the best card of the best bowl.
Is he any good this year?
Dude, he had 37 points in his debut.
I just fucking, oh my god, chill out.
God damn it!
He was like a thing for like a minute of MVP last year for like a week.
Dude, for like 2 months.
Calm down.
He couldn't keep it going.
Calm down. It was a week.
The price has come down, I can tell you that.
Sprained his ankle. Oh, 100K. What's to the left? Is that a 2012? Oh,
The Chris Middleton rookie.
bam.
Oh.
Dude, see, look. Fat Snacks, he said the quote of the night to get you amped up to buy this card. That's right. If you're ever feeling down about yourself about offering on a card, you're just not sure, just say to yourself, that's right.
I don't think that's going to help.
That would help. Just try it.
That's right.
And now that you've done that,
Oh my God.
look to your right. Look to your right and get permission.
My hand is. Oh no! I can't. Oh my god! Oh my god! No! Stop! Undo this curse.
Let's have a live look at your sleeping situation tonight if you buy that card.
I'm fine with you buying it, but just know if you buy that, I'm getting Star season tickets.
That's the trade-off.
That's the trade-off.
Well, those will be cheap, right?
Those would be super cheap.
Yeah, they're very cheap.
They're like, just do it for free. You're an influencer. We need you in these seats.
Dude, we could make some story posts about the Stars.
Tell them that you're almost Tell them that you're the illegitimate influencer of the year.
Dude, we were so influential they threw out our votes.
I was gonna say, tell them that story. Tell the Stars, PR guy that you would have won Influencer of the Year, and he don't follow up with of what, you know.
All right, I'll think about it. Yeah, I don't know. I was definitely thinking about that card, though. Okay. A few more questions here. Do you have time? Are you good?
I have to get up early, but let's go. Let's
All
ride.
right, let's just do a little bit more. Card collecting 82. Oh, I should have put this.
Can you tell?
This is a very
Can you
important.
tell I have to get up early?
Yeah. I'm sure that the over under the lines makers on the Trulies are the unders have hit. All right. Card collecting 82 says, did Josh really sell his 2003 finest gold LeBron rookie for only $20?
Dude, I got so many DMs about that.
Did people just gold, or did they say, "Are you serious?" Like, what was the majority?
The majority was, are you seriously selling that for $20K? There was one guy who was like, your price is too high, bud.
Nice.
He was dead serious.
Nicely done.
He was dead serious.
No.
No, yeah, he was serious. He was like he was serious. He thought I was like overpriced.
He wasn't like memeing you based on memes from the crossover?
No.
Well, all right.
Or no, I got a lot of like 20 what? 20K, $20, or like I claim this at 20K, stuff like that.
But the point of the post was obviously it's LeBron's 20th year.
Yeah, you posted something about like Luka LeBron card opening night. And I was like, yeah, I can get behind this.
Yeah, it was Curry LeBron. And
Oh yeah, your stupid. I mean, amazing bubble black prism break.
all right, now you've made me think about something else.
Another one of one chilling on eBay.
Just hold on. Hold on.
We're having too much fun. Didn't you know the market's down? We're supposed to be pissed.
Yeah, you're right. Okay. This has been sitting on eBay for a while. This is a Kawhi from the same year as the Curry. 5,300 OBO, which doesn't seem crazy.
I feel like you've sent me that listing before.
I probably have. I need to know more about Kawhi prices. Like, here somebody has the Shimmer for 5,800 OBO.
This guy finally plays more than 5 minutes in a game, and look how excited you are.
Dude, I actually don't, but like, I go back, like, wouldn't I rather have a Kawhi Prism 1 of 1 that's like different than the Curry, though? Like,
Yeah. If you would have asked me my second favorite player in the NBA 4 years ago, I would have told you Kawhi.
but not today.
It's just like, I'm just really over it. Like, he just won't play. He just doesn't want to play.
Yeah.
He's just not interested in playing lots of basketball.
Who is your second favorite player? Do you even have one? AD?
Well, it's Chris Paul now, so
No, right.
third favorite?
Third favorite.
I don't know. I'll get back to you. That's the problem. I don't know. I have to figure that out.
Ben X Crunner 1 says, why won't Hoj enter his private purchases into Card Ladder, such as the CMC or the Jokic Prism Black 1 of 1? For someone whose job it is making a platform to make card prices more transparent, this seems odd. Go ahead and roast me, but it's a valid critique.
Except
You would get.
we literally tell everyone what we pay for things on.
Can you just stop
the
stealing
show.
my thunder? She's on my notes where I had written down that.
You just not having your notes up. Show the question. There are no notes.
Well, what was your snap reaction, Josh?
You'd get way more shit the other way if you
100%.
way more shit.
I'm trying to be sensitive to the fact that I've paid the most money by multiples for both of those players, and it strikes me as unseemly to use the Card Ladder platform to like log and demonstrate these probable overpays. But I've never not told somebody what I paid if they asked. So there's no, it's not like I wouldn't honestly and transparently tell people what I paid if they asked, but I'm not interested in putting it in people's faces just for, I think it's unseemly.
Well, think of it this way. We don't force people that make private deals to give us the prices to put into Card Ladder. So you would have to step back and say, would you want to put your price in there? And your answer is no. So like, just because you are the one on the other side of it doesn't mean you have to do it yourself.
Yes, correct. Yeah, and
I haven't submitted to you a lot of stuff either. I don't really want same reason.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and I understand. Like, for anybody who wants to know, we will tell you if you message us. It's not that we're hiding it from you. Or I don't want to speak on behalf of Josh, but like, message me, I will tell you. But in terms of using the Card Ladder platform to document that sale, I think Josh's initial reaction was like spot on. It feels unseemly. It just kind of feels.
That's only coming from our position. We encourage people who want to use our platform and the site and the product to be able to showcase some of their purchases that they're proud of or cards they like, they're excited about. Submit those private sales. It's just because we're in a different position.
Yeah, exactly. That's perfectly said. Ginger Ellis says, haven't seen many girly sales added lately either.
Yeah, it would take me like 3 days to submit all those.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Hobby Champs wants to know, can you get the crossover onto YouTube more quickly? The Instagram user interface is terrible, and waiting an extra day or two is first world problems that I don't need in my life.
I love that you're asking the questions of like that are just like straight up tough questions for us.
Yeah, I saved those for the end.
How come you guys suck?
Oh, yeah.
The YouTube thing takes a while though. I'll defend Nick. It takes a long time to like edit that, and like even just uploading it takes like hours. You can't just upload it quickly.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
I feel like it's a 24-hour or maybe like a 30-hour turnaround time. I feel like that's pretty good, my friend.
That's pretty fast, dude. Like, that's pretty quick. Especially given that he actually edits them and like puts intros in them and shit. It's not like he just takes the raw and immediately uploads like I used to do. Basically, I used to just fucking like drop the clip in and upload like I did nothing.
Yeah. Yep. Right on. Thank you, Jordan, for your insights in the chat as well, man. You're a great guy.
That's a compliment. It's so good that he wants it faster.
Yep, I know. We take it, Hobby Champs. But sorry, not sorry.
Preston's Cardinals wants to mention getting crossover on YouTube Live.
Ooh, that's scary. YouTube is just like moving to a new city. We live in the city of Instagram.
We've just been so loyal to Instagram for 2 years now.
We have. If we were just absolute lunatics, we would mess around and like do Tuesday night YouTube lives or something.
Dude, people in my real life that find out randomly like 3 years after I know them that I do this show every Friday. Like they'll be like, hey, let's do something Friday night or something, and I'm like, I can't. I've been doing the show for 2 years. I thought I told you this. You do it, but you do it on all these platforms. No, just Instagram. They look at me like I'm some sort of weirdo. Like, you only do Instagram Live every Friday with your friend? They're like, they just can't brain this really weird thing.
Dude, when you put it that way, it is hard to brain it.
It is. It's like every Friday, you and a guy that's on top of you in the screen talk about sports cards for 3 hours. I don't understand. Every Friday? Don't you guys have lives? And I'm like, yeah, we do. It's called The Crossover.
In fairness to us, we also discuss pictures of garbage and The Office.
And you know what I say to these people? To inspire them to watch my show? That's right.
There it is. All right, well, I think we have the title for this week's show. Pac Nicholson will be disappointed.
Because he wanted it to be surplus bid?
No, he didn't get that's true. He asked us to name it. He didn't suggest a name. So
Well, I forced the Let's Ride thing on us. I don't want to make that the title if that's not.
no, I'm not gonna lie. It was at first when I didn't get the reference. It was there. It was a little rough, but by the end of the show, the callbacks, it'll.
So
be
you're actually
satisfying.
gonna Let's Ride. You're gonna Let's Ride on Let's Ride.
Yeah, exactly. That's the one type of meta that I like. Metaverse, no. Let's Ride it on Let's Ride, yes. Has anybody checked on the metaverse lately?
Dude, I saw some article. You know those articles where it's like Logan Paul buys NFT for $600 million and now it's worth $1. You know those ones?
Yep.
I saw one of those for like man buys a yacht in the metaverse for 200 grand. Now it's worth $10. That's the best, man. That's the best.
Did we kill shot the metaverse by branding it as the fancy sim? I'm looking
Well,
at Tigers and Browns.
Not we, you. Kind of like they had no response to that. They're just like, "Oh my god, he's right." I keep thinking back to when I don't know if I should drop his name, but someone in the hobby was posting metaverse clips of them like in their fake condo, like looking at their cards on the walls. Just what happened to those? I thought that was really gonna take off.
I read an article this
Dude, the
week.
real estate market's at a lull right now. Didn't you hear about that?
I read an article this week about some guy selling Nikes and Kool-Aid in the metaverse, and it was real popular.
Okay, well, thanks for not going along with the joke.
Let's ride.
That is the joke. Nikes and Kool-Aid, like put on your Nikes and drink the Kool-Aid and commit mass suicide in the metaverse.
Let's not. Oh my god. Let's
Whoa,
do that.
that was meta.
Let's not do it. Oh, the crypto
Just
Dicklets are holding strong? Good. Glad to hear that.
Dude, just imagine spending $600,000 on I'm not sure what, a fake yacht, and then having it be worth $10.
I mean, sounds awesome.
That sounds real tight. I mean, you broke a record. I mean, there's, you're getting your face in articles and stuff. You're famous.
It can only go up from there. So, yeah, a lot of bets were made that the pandemic style of life would be, it'd be like that forever. And people would want to leave their real homes virtually. But now we can read in real life.
I feel like we talk about NFTs more than anybody else. I don't hear anyone talking about it.
We are resurrecting the NFT movement tonight.
It's completely dead.
All right.
I want to bring it back just to make fun of it and send it back.
I know. We haven't had any conceptual or theoretical enemies to spar with lately.
Dude, show the people your sweater.
My sweater? Oh, that's not here. What am I trying to do? Oh, this is what I'm trying to do.
Look at that. Reppin' Jake Bro 90s B-ball cards. Let's ride.
It's a quality sweater. All right. I have to read. I can't believe I almost closed the show without this question. I have to get to this one. Brax ball cards.
Oh no, I know what this is.
Let's go, bro. Keep it tight this week. Got mad racks to stack and count. What future gen card analytic are you most hyped on? I'm really liking the findings being made from the reverse cross paralytic max optimals community. But don't sleep on the main ridge coaxial calculation rankings. Don't mind us. We're just over here redefining the meaning of data. Much love to you, bro. Now I'm going to sit back with a glass of wine and watch my sports card investments multi-quantify their delta performances for max alpha yield. Shout all my future gen analytics bros. Yeah, boy. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go.
It only would have been better if he ended it with "Let's ride."
It never fails, too. Like, I just screenshot this and post it, and people are like, what's he talking about?
Dude, has anyone looked into this guy? Like, what's the deal here? We're just gonna keep letting this happen once a week until.
Dude, let's have a look. Brax fall cards.
You better do it.
God, you won't even believe this.
You better do it.
You won't even.
Oh,
No, I like these posts. All right, the goat of grails. After an extended public hiatus, hobby goat Braxton Britton Brogan
talks about himself in the third person. Let's go.
is back to share his unparalleled hobby wisdom and promote his autobiography. Let's fucking go.
You gotta click that link, bro. Click that link. Click that link.
Dude,
What
the
is
goat
happening?
grails. It's already out. It came out on 3/22/2022. The Goat of Grails by
Wait a second.
Britton Brogan.
Wait, hold on just a second. What are the chances this guy's dead serious?
No, just hold on. Nobody hustles like he grinds.
Oh my god.
You follow him, you like him, you subscribe to him. Now go behind the scenes and inside the mind of hobby goat Braxton Britton Brogan as he details his rise from stocking shelves at Big Box to becoming the biggest and most influential voice in sports card content creation. Brax holds nothing back as he drops names and facts alike in a story that is so unbelievable, it's hard to believe.
Dude, this guy is the Wolf of Wall Street version of sports cards.
Dude, it's 161 pages.
Dude, you gotta buy this thing.
This thing's gonna put a virus on my Kindle.
It's Amazon. What are you talking about? No, it's paperback. It's physical. They're gonna send you a fucking book.
Dude, there's one new. Oh my god.
It's like from him.
Did when you buy it.
Free delivery? Woo!
It just says like when you buy it, it just says like DM this guy and he'll give it to you.
This guy's probably like, I keep sending this content. These guys don't even click to figure out who I am. We finally did.
Well, we got him.
What if this book is actually just loaded with amazing insights?
I hope it's just more of that crazy talk that he has with made up words and.
What if it's 161 blank pages?
That's possible. That's more likely.
What is the 161 pages of trash cans?
I'd be okay with that. Oh, Sensible Sweater Soccer said, can we get 3 hours of World Cup banter breaking things down from Group A to Group H?
What's the World Cup?
All right, Christina, this question was for you. Mike Pinkerton 50, does having a significant other in the hobby make it more fun?
I think that question is for you.
Nope, it's for you. It's like it says for Christina.
It doesn't say for Christina. I'm reading it right now.
Why are you delaying your answer?
Why are you punting the question over to me when it's not directed towards anyone?
All right, I answered, received. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's about it.
Answer.
That's about it. So, been a great 2.5 hours. We're like an NBA player. Our stamina has returned, and we can do a full 2.5 hours, no problem. That's about it. I'm going to title this episode, Let's Ride.
Is there going to be a crossover next Friday? You got to keep me up to date each week.
Let's see.
Because I'm not going to be a big fan of switching nights. I'd rather, we'll just have breaks.
Let's just not switch nights. All right, so what next Friday is the 28th. We're good. We're good.
Let's ride.
Let's ride. See you guys in 1 week.
A lot has changed since Card Ladder began. We started with 500 cards in our database, and now
We have over 3 million cards and over 30 million sales.
For anyone asking who is the best, we putting our hands up.
With Card Ladder's sales history feature, we have virtually every card in our system. If the card you are looking for ever sold on one of these platforms, you can find it using Card Ladder's sales history. And you can add a card to your collection with just one click.
My time, none of you people can tell me to stop.
Plus, every card, no matter the last time it sold, has an estimated value that we calculated using our state-of-the-art player indexes. Unlike other apps, when you see Card Ladder's verified checkmark, that means a researcher personally vetted each and every sale.
We know what it takes to be reaching the top.
We know what you want, because Card Ladder was created by collectors for collectors.
Know what it takes to be reaching the top.
Join the innovators, not the imitators. Card Ladder 2.0, constantly innovating. Try it for free. See why Card Ladder is the industry leader in sports card data.
We know what it takes to be reaching the top.
Card Ladder 2.0.